Well, it's that time again. These are all my pickups for March 2022. So this month has been rather interesting. Some really nice bits, some real unexpected bits. But first of all, a question that a lot of people have been asking and I haven't answered. So it's time for me to answer. No. The answer is no. The Ford Focus was not able to be fixed. Unfortunately, the chain actually inside the engine had snapped, and so they looked at rebuilding the engine, which was like £2,000, so that was a no-no. That was just for the labour. That wasn't for any parts that needed doing anything like that. So unfortunately, she's gone. There is no more Ford Focus, but she has been replaced, and it's the first time ever I've not owned a Ford car. Since I've been driving, I've always had a Ford car, and the new one isn't Ford. So later on in the year, if you see a road trip, you'll get to see it. Or maybe next month. You never know where I'm out and about. But anyway, so we start off the month with a Facebook purchase. So out of nowhere, locally, a guy put up for sale, a guy called Sam, who is absolutely awesome. Hi Sam, it was great to meet you. He put up a Sega Saturn box. Just a box, which is really sort of kind of odd and weird for local pickups. And he had it up, I think it was offers. But anyway, I offered him £20. And he was like, well, yep, so that was pretty cool. And here it is. It's a really amazing condition. It's got a few, obviously, bits of wear and tear, but for 20 quid, I can't complain. It's got, as I slowly open it, like all the card inserts. It's got, like, it even has all the original, like, paperwork. Because while I do have another Mark 1 box, there's no paperwork, and it's actually missing the top card insert. This one does actually have it. So he's also wrote a password on the box. Password for level 2, and I don't know what that's for. But Sam, if you need to know, it's written on the inside of your box. Yeah, so that's really cool. So I went around there to pick up, and he picked this up, and he was actually selling some other bits as well. And so I picked up Clockwork Knight. Yeah, so I actually sold my Clockwork Knight when I was clearing out the Saturn stuff, didn't I? Because of the disc rot issue. And believe me, disc rot issue still sucks today. But he had this, so this was all complete. So of course, we purchased this, and he did a really good deal for this. I think I paid 15 for it. I'm going to put it up there. And as you know, I like Dreamcast as well. He chucked in a free extension cord for the Sega Dreamcast controllers. So, you know, they ain't very, I mean, they're not too short. They're not PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 charge cable short. The actual Dreamcast leads, but this makes my life better, so I can set even further away from the ginormously huge telly. So I also managed to have I had a notification from CEX that yet another Dreamcast game came in stock. And what was that Dreamcast game, I ask you? It was Wild Metal. And by asking you, you know I meant you're asking me. Yes, it's hot. It's been a long, long day. Yeah, I only literally put some shit disc work. I haven't played it much. It booted up, it started, a little bit of CGI cutscene started, and then I turned it off. So I do need to sit down and play this. Now, on one of the Facebook groups, another thing that never kind of happens locally turned up. A guy was selling some import Sega Saturn games. And he actually had 3 I wanted for my to get list. So I made the guy an offer, a really sort of like below going rate offer, and he, of course, he had his site, and we met even in the middle, and it was a great, great deal. And the guy's a great, great bloke, and he really, really looked after his games. So these are the 3 Japanese Sega Saturn games I picked up. I got Street Fighter 01, which of course is Street Fighter Alpha. There's nothing different about the Japanese version of this, I don't think I can recollect, other than all the text is in Japanese. The other one was Street Fighter 02, so Street Fighter Alpha 2, yep. None of these have like spines or reg cards, but it doesn't matter because the bloody disc is there and that's all I care about. Able to play, so that was really cool. But the third one is cool purely because I can now do something that I've always wanted to do. So that is X-Men Children of the Atom. Do you think he was selling all his beat-em-up collection? Yeah, so again, no spine or reg card, but this is the Japanese version. And at long, long last, I'm going to be able to play as Juggernaut. because in the Japanese version there was a cheat to play as Juggernaut, but they took it out of the American and English version, and so I'm really going to be looking forward to doing that. So as we're on the Sega scene, I want to give a massive shout out to, of course, my buddy Martin and the guys at Wave Game Studios for Xenocider. Now, you've probably seen the video and you've seen me play it like awful, and I was getting better as I was playing it a bit longer. But what actually happened was I kind of put it down for a few days, then I went back to it and I spent some good time getting to it. I got to like the fourth, fifth level and I started getting really good. It started becoming second nature. So it purely is just a perseverance thing. Just keep training, keep practicing, and you will get there with this game. And I do really highly recommend you get this now because it's so good. It really is. It's just a stunning, stunning Dreamcast game. So I went over to see my buddy Jimmy, who owns GameBase in Dover, and kind of got GameBase in Dover and my buddies at Wave Entertainment together. So now you can go into GameBase at Dover and purchase the Dreamcast games that Wave are releasing. But anyway, I went in there, we had a quick chat, and I wanted to see what stock he had. And he had something on my to-get list. Mortal Kombat Deception on the PS2. It's not bad, it's not brilliant, it's like half the price CEX wanted for it. And they're kind of still trying to get all the Mortal Kombat games, so this was a really, really cool pickup. I'm really chuffed to have it. So I left that like a week or so, then I had to go back to Dover, and another game I wanted. And this is one of my stupid ones I bought just because it says Sega on it. That is 2K ESPN NBA 2K5. It says Sega on the back. Sega published it, and I have no interest in playing it. But of course, it's one that I've got down for the collection because Sega released it. So a couple of days after that, I'm still after a Mark 1 Sega Saturn UK version, PAL version, and a Mark 1 Sega Saturn Japanese version. And Sam, who I bought this off earlier in the month, was like, you know, kind of eventually I'm going to be selling my Sega Saturn if you're interested. And I'm like, yeah, I will be interested. So yeah, literally a couple of days later, he messaged me and he said, yeah, you know, because he basically put his entire Saturn list up for sale. And I helped him manage to sell a few bits. I actually got Sonic Jam from a buddy in Ashford, and he was real happy with that, with the deal that he got from him. I purchased myself and went back round there, Worms, and I only got it purely because my case was, the teeth were all broken and the case was smashed to pieces, so I basically got a replacement case. And yeah, I bought his Sega Saturn, but he wasn't just his Sega Saturn he was selling, because he was selling, tries not to be noisy, as he was selling all these other Sega Saturn bits, there's quite a few other bits I picked up as well. He said to me there's a kind of little caveat with the Sega Saturn, as he puts that out of the way, and that is that, yes, I've undone it. Basically, he said he had it opened, and the screws come out, and the screws somehow, I think they got misplaced or something, and they never went back in. And now I've got a really awful confession about this. See, I was really busy the day I picked this up, and I put it up on the windowsill, and I walked into the front room because I had to rush out, and I just heard a massive bang. And what fell off the windowsill? This. I haven't tested it, so I will be testing it probably after I film this video. It would have kind of made sense to test it before, but you know me, I go into these things not really having a clue what to say or what to do. So yeah, it should work, but it's a lovely, lovely condition Mark 1 Sega Saturn. I just literally need to find the screws that go in it, and if any of you guys out there know the screws that go in it, if you could pop them in the link below, I will try and find some that I've got around the house, or you know, buy them online if you can. And as I said, it wasn't just that he was selling. He also had, I mean, I've got some, but he also had the wireless pads from Retrobit. He had 2 of these. And of course they come with the Sega Saturn plugs, and they also come with the like Wi-Fi PC plugs. But yeah, I was kind of using them this afternoon on the other Saturn, and I was like, I need to charge them up. Did he give me a cable? Oh, I couldn't remember. So I messaged Sam, and Sam was like, yep, there definitely was, so he's going to pop one through my door in the next few days. So that's pretty cool, so I'll be able to charge them up. One's still got a tiny bit of charge in it, but the others haven't. This, I mean, the next 2 bits that come with the Saturn are absolutely mind-blowing. First of all, the plug. I mean, wow. Ha ha ha, sarcasm. So he plays like import games and everything, and he had one of these, which he did me a crazy, crazy bargain price. It's a, hang on, Poseido Action Replay cartridge. It's boxed. It's the one that literally does everything, and it's absolutely in amazingly, stunningly, basically like new condition. The only thing is, it's got a mark on it where it fell off and dropped on the floor, and the console fell on the floor. This is the one that's got everything: Action Replay plus 8 MB memory, RAM, blah 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 blah. RAM 1 to 4 MB, so Saturn Kai, 8 MB card, CD version, blah blah blah. And yeah, so that came with that. But it wasn't the only thing. The next thing, well happy, and I cannot wait again. I know I should have tried it, but you know me, to try this out. And that is this little device. Yes, this is a Rad 2X. And it's which of course you plug straight into the back of the console. Then you plug I think it's HDMI, mini HDMI in it, and it goes straight to the telly, and you get like an amazingly clear picture. And we're really intrigued to try this, because I've seen Adam Corrett talk about these all the time. And yeah, this is powered by RetroTink Rad 2X. It's like a smoothing option on and off. But man, I really can't wait. And so I want to give an absolute massive shout out to Sam. Big thank you. And Sam's into his Mega Drive, and he's Mega Drive collecting. So welcome to the rabbit hole. One local pickup. He went to Folkestone. But on the way through Folkestone, I saw a guy on Facebook was advertising Call of Duty Vanguard for sale. He had this up for £25 now. I mean, you still get more trading. It will probably be this week I play through it on the single player. It'll be the same that I always do with Call of Duty. Play through the single player, enjoy my 4 to 6 hours, whatever it is. Then I shall be moving it on after I've kind of like seen if I enjoy the campaign or not. But we shall see. I went to, yes, after picking it up, as I said, I was going to Folkestone. I popped into Game, and they was doing the crazy 3 for 2 offer. So, and they were clearing out a lot of their, obviously, their old stock, their second-hand stock. And when I spoke to the guy, why is everything here so cheap? And then why is it 3 for 2 and all that? He says, because I think we're going all digital, and I don't think we were going to be doing physical anymore. And so I'm like, Game's going all digital? Who knows? But yeah, so the first thing I had to pick up was this, because I know this game is dreadful. And I couldn't find any other games to go with this, but I bought with this on its own because it was so cheap. That is Contra Rogue Corps. Yeah, this looks dreadful. This looks so bad, and I've seen it on Xbox, and even when it's off for like 15 quid the other week, I thought, you know, give us a demo to play. But at £2.99? Yeah, I'll give it a go. I thought it was a lark, because as I was scanning, it was like, play it and resell it and see it give you £1.60 trade, and I think it's 80p cash for it, so it's, you know, yeah, it must be a great game. But the reason I was really chuffed is because I finally managed to pick up a game, a combination of games, that I've been after for such a long time at a really good price. It is the Bayonetta Vanquish pack. So, right, first of all, so this was £12.99, and I bought two £9.99 games to go with it. Now, the reason for buying the two £9.99 games to go was just to sell them on. So I basically spent £22.98. But then within a couple of days, I managed to sell both games on for a tenner each, because I didn't want them. So my only intention of buying them was just to get this cheaper. So it works out, even though there's a little bits of bloody this and that, I managed to pick this up for £2.99. It's the slipcase and steelbook edition. And yeah, really chuffed. Bayonetta to this day is still my favourite Xbox 360 game, and Vanquish is so underrated that you can pick it up. It really needs to, you really need to play these because they are so good. Even though Bayonetta seems to be just going to the Switch, but of course you can play the better version on the Xbox One. And so here we go. Another story. There's stories to everything. Let me see. 2 months ago, I ordered a game on eBay, and I waited, really good price, and I waited. Never turned up. And so I asked the guy basically, can I have the recorded number? And he didn't send it recorded, and he just basically, I put in a claim, it's like, it's not here, it's not turned up. And so eBay they didn't even question it, they just refunded me straight away because I'd waited so long. A few days after putting that claim in and getting a refund, I got a letter through the post, and it was like, we have a parcel for you, however, not the correct postage has been paid. You need to pay £1.50 postage. So I'm kind of like, well, I don't know what that is, because, maybe I ordered something. Maybe it's one of my daughters ordered something online. But I paid £1.50 and 3 days later it turned up. And then a sealed Metroid Samus Returns. And this was £30 all in delivered. I had to pay £1.50 for the postage. And I messaged the guy because it was out of nowhere it's turned up, and I explained to him what happened, and he said, well, fair enough, if you can just send the money back, you know, £28.50, we'll call it fair squares, I'm happy with that. And you know, you can't actually do that once a case is closed, it's properly closed on eBay. Yeah, so I basically just PayPal gifted him the money, you know, friends and family, whatever it is, just so that he got his money. And yeah, really happy, so I can finally play this before I go into playing the Metroid on the Switch. Yeah, and one of the reasons I kind of like waited a bit later to film it this month was I was waiting for one game to turn up. One game to turn up from my buddy Steve Bailey, my man in Japan, and basically I got a message saying, they've sent it back. I've sent it, and of course I've had to resend it to you. So I thought I'll wait a few days till I film, and then I can film when this turns up. And of course Steve's finding some amazing stuff at really, really cheap at the moment. As I've touted him so many times before, but please do find Steve Bailey on Facebook. I mean, you'll see it because he's always got Japanese import stuff for sale, and there's tons of stuff at amazing prices. He's the top bloke to get from his Japanese stuff. Early in the month he had one Sega Saturn game that I've always wanted, but I wanted to get it when it was cheap because it's kind of like, it's always hit like the 30 mark, 35 on eBay, and I wanted to pay like half of that, a little bit less than half, and I managed to do that. And that is Gal Racer. For people that are unaware of this game was the first official appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, he's like a keychain that hangs on your rear view mirror. So it's a driving game. It's a conversion of the arcade game, and the arcade game is absolutely great. It's brilliant fun, high intensity, fast paced game to play. The Saturn port, unfortunately, isn't. It's okay. It's not great. It was on the to get list, and it was cheap. It was cheap, so I was really happy to get it. It comes with its spine and reg card, and yeah, I look forward to giving that a go pretty soon. It'll probably be tonight once I've set this up to find out if this works. So yeah, March has been an interesting month, a good month. I'd definitely say it's been a good month. Massive shout out has to go to Sam, and of course because I bought the Saturn off, and the Saturn can now go back in its original box. And yeah, I mean, he's a real top bloke, Sam, and really happy to have met him, and you know, been chatting to him quite regularly on Facebook since we met up, and yeah, awesome guy. Yeah, so that is everything I've bought for this month. And so how have you guys been doing this month? Have you bought anything interesting? Have you had any weird gaming related stories, or what have you actually been playing? Well, at the start of the month, me and Richard started playing It Takes Two, and yeah, we're up to the last level now. Hopefully we can finish that soon, and it's bloody amazing. I see why I got the Game of the Year everywhere. It's absolutely fantastic. I also played through Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PS5, and that was really good. Absolutely amazingly good. I did all the side missions, all the side quests, all the collectibles, and I was done in about 7 hours. And I've just got back into Forza Horizon 5 at the moment. I've finished Apex. I've done all the Apex races. And yeah, me and Richard are going to meet up again soon. Well, not meet up online and do some of the 2-player challenges. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. But yeah, and I've got to test all this to find out this works. Of course, I'll be playing these as well. So there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.